Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us today for our Snom webinar. We're really excited to be talking about this new line over here at 888 VoIP. Tommy Lee, the VP of Sales from Snom, is going to be going through a handful of different 3CX fully certified Snom products, and we're going to touch base a little bit at the end on a couple of different VTech products and a little bit of the services that 888 VoIP offers. And at the end, we're going to do a quick Q&A. So if you have any questions throughout the webinar, please feel free to type them in, and then we'll just answer them at the conclusion of the webinar.
Great, Danielle. Thank you very much for your help, and welcome everybody. Good morning to some, and probably good afternoon to most. As Danielle mentioned earlier, if you have a question that happens in the meantime, we have people that are actually online ready to answer your chat if possible. So please go ahead and provide any questions that you might have through the chat. At the end, we'll likely open this thing up to a phone panel so that we can address your questions verbally one by one, so everybody gets a chance to hear your feedback. So a lot of exciting things have been happening to Snom, and I'm going to go ahead and share that with you, at this webinar. What I wanted to focus in on this webinar, frankly, is one key word, and that's differentiation. Many of you out there have an absolute plethora of choices, and that I'm sure many of you may come in with a lot of understandings about voice over IP in general, a lot of the feature sets, but how do you really separate, and come to a final decision about what kind of endpoint you're really looking for? And that's really the focus that I want to concentrate on for this webinar, is really the differentiation. I'm going to divide it into really two different categories. One is the corporate update. There's been lots of new added services that will give everybody on board here a peace of mind about the mutual benefits of combining both Snom as well as VTech into one organization. As well, we also have products. Again, no other manufacturer in the planet has the ability to manufacture, market, and sell the breadth of products that I'm going to go ahead and present to you at this webinar. So with that said, I will move on and provide you with the following. With respect to VTech, as you may know, VTech and Snom are now a single organization. Effective November of 2016, Snom, which is a global telecom manufacturer for endpoints, has been acquired by VTech, and the combination of both companies will really yield mutual benefits for you as the partner as well as the end customer. So let me give you an idea about what VTech is all about. I mean, VTech is a very large global organization with revenues well exceeding $2.1 billion. And as you may see, we're a big leader in providing over 40 years experience in telephones. In fact, I'm willing to bet that the most of you out there in the past have had either a VTech phone at your home or an AT&T phone. Those are great consumer products, but the focus of this webinar will be our business solutions, which primarily focuses around SIP. In the consumer space, we probably have in excess of over like 80% market share. When you go into the Targets, the Office Depots, you'll see VTech solutions everywhere. And based on the entrance into the business solution market, they were seeking a technology leader which could, in essence, allow us to gain a lot of time in being able to transfer a very long and robust solution into their products and be able to offer you a very robust endpoint on IP solutions right from the very beginning. What you'll end up seeing is that Snom has been around in the marketplace for well over 20 years, and that we've been a relatively small global organization that's based in Berlin, Germany, and that the combination of the two, VTech and Snom, VTech brings forth a very big service as well as a manufacturing arm, whereas Snom kind of arrives to the party with a lot of the leading software technologies that's been in existence in our phones for many, many years. And so that the end result is really an endpoint that combines both of the products, which then offers you, our partners, as well as our clients, a very robust solution with a good peace of mind, knowing that we're going to be there for many, many years. If you noticed on the map on the lower right-hand corner, there are stars that are located throughout all of North America. We also handle North America as well as South America. VTech Communications is actually based out of Beaverton, Oregon, which is the red star located on the left. But we have product experts, field experts, sales, to really assist our partners in really helping you and provide consultation services to all of our partners to be able to land a Snom solution within your portfolio as well as your solution case. As I mentioned earlier, we have both solutions that provide pre-sales, post-sales, as well as product support located throughout. Internally within the company, we have different groups. We have inside channel account managers, technical field service engineers. I mean, we go well beyond just providing you an ability to provide an email and wait for a response. You can actually hear a live person to really go ahead and help you through the new designs that you are working on to be able to help design in our products into your phone system. Post-sales is something that we also focus on, because once you've decided to design us in, we actually provide you with the best post-sales support, which merges into product support. We're the only manufacturer that provides the best-in-class warranties on all of our desk phones. All of our desk phones provide you with 3-year warranty on all of our SIP products, SIP desk phone products, and 2 years on our conference phones. What does that really mean? So when you or one of your clients sell into a product, right off the top, when you open the box and install it, you can go ahead and be rest assured that that product will function as specified throughout 3 years. And an additional differentiating product that VTech and Snom provides is advanced parts replacement. You know, we realize that a phone is a critical part of any company's communication. And so when a phone goes down, we immediately provide advanced parts for all warranted products. That means that for those who have gone through with other manufacturers, you would have to wait, go through an assessment and making sure that it is, and you may end up getting a refurbished phone back. We actually refurbished within 3 years with a brand new product. That's something that you don't necessarily have to wait for in terms of having the whole RMA process. So we have this thing. We find this as a big differentiator in being able to keep you know, your organization as well as our partner organization moving forward, because we have a lot of faith in our product line. As far as the product support pace, we have offices throughout all of North America, from Portland, Oregon to New Hampshire, and as well as Canada, from Vancouver all the way to Ontario. One of the great differentiators as well is that we have a very huge warehouse that's located in San Antonio, Texas. That's based in the center of Americas, whereby we can go ahead and really ship out to most of our partners within a fast period of time. So the combination of the two, we're actually bringing in 20 years of German engineered technology into a very robust manufactured technology for endpoints. Being able to combine the two, we can then provide a lot of high value products into our client base. And that's something that I'll get more into as we move forward. So as we do that, you know, this is the strong combination that we have moving forward. Now, the products, no one here can actually provide the ability to manufacture, design, and provide you a plethora of headsets, SIP desk phones, as well as wireless phones, wireless mics, and conferencing solutions, as well as being able to provide a very large dedicated market share space in the hospitality space as well. As I mentioned earlier, we are also a product warranty leader. Again, 3 years for all of Snom and VTech corded desk phones and 2 years for our ErisStation conference phones. Another differentiator on our products is we're the only ones that provide a campus range wireless DECT solution. So that means that for those who want to put in a DECT solution that is wider than throughout your campus or a large organization, we actually have DECT base units that can actually network up to 253 base stations into one network so that you can walk around with one mobile unit and be able to remain connected throughout one network. We also have our pretty well-known broadcasting system, PA1, which is our broadcast system to address public announcement systems. In addition, we also have a scalable wireless audio conferencing unit. That talks more about the VTech ErisStation, about the VCS 752, which I will talk into a lot more detail. So when you combine all of these products together, this is not products, these are products that we actually build and manufacture ourselves. And looking at how the industry is going, we realize that there's a big growth in soft phones that are coming up into the marketplace. And so we see that, and what you're going to end up noticing is that we're going to put a lot of emphasis in not only our desk and wireless phone solution, but also providing a lot of resources behind headsets, because we see a trend that's heading towards the headset solution, and we're positioning ourselves to provide the latest state-of-the-art solutions for endpoints for the headset as well. So what have we done to the channels, as well as being able to provide good technology, is that historically in the marketplace, Snom has always been known as a higher price manufacturer. Based on the acquisition and doing a lot of the market analysis, effectively, we really have our own kitchen now and can bake our own bread, meaning that a lot of the Snom products that we are selling today are actually manufactured in-house. And as a result, we were able to make the necessary market adjustments to be very competitive against the rest of the competitive environment that you see in the IP phone market. So a lot of the legacy things that you may have seen Snom, that is no longer the case. Now, when you couple the case of actually providing market competitiveness along with all the services that I intend to talk more about, no one can really provide a good combination of all the above, as well as being able to provide a plethora of products into one suite, which is something that is offered by VTech. One of the things I want to mention as well is that both VTech and Snom will be separately branded and marketed as two separate brands within the organization. So Snom isn't going to go away, and neither is VTech. So in that case, you can feel confident that both brands will remain as is and will move forward accordingly. As well, we're also working with 888 VoIP as a partner on this webinar, and I wanted to mention to you that we have a good established sample purchase program with them, so that if anybody is interested in moving forward with sample purchases that you want to evaluate, please feel free to contact our partner 888 to get your samples at far less than the standard price for our solutions. Beyond doing a price adjustments and being able to provide samples, we've also doing our part to enforce MAP policies that really, in essence, provide the ability for all of our partners that we do, to ensure that we have a winning formula on both ends of the equation. Just to assure about our compliance with 3CX, I know they're a very large, growing switch manufacturer, and for both here as well as throughout the world. And I just took a page that really highlights our ability to be able to show that all of our desk phones here are highlighted as fully qualified. We're not partially qualified, but in our case, we are fully qualified with all of the latest specifications from 3CX on a desk phone. Where are we headed on desk phones? Here's a picture of one of our latest phones that we will be introducing during the latter part of this quarter in December of 2017. As you can tell, it is a fully color screen, 4.3-inch color screen loaded with SIP accounts, many of the GigE, as well as going through a 6x4 self-labeled display at the bottom. So what you'll end up with is that it's multiplied by 4. So when you look at the switch at the bottom of the phone here, you can actually page through different screens so that you will get a lit LED depending on, which people that you want to call, and you have 4x6, or in essence 24 different speed dials that you can put without necessarily providing you with a very large screen at the bottom to entertain that. You couple that with a 3-year warranty and advanced replacement. This phone, as well as the coupled phone with Snom, as well as the VTech phones, is a combination that can't be beat. One item that I want to talk about differentiation is the USB port that's going to exist, and not only the D785, but it exists in probably 95% of all of the Snom as well as the VTech DECT products. This is going to be a major differentiator, as I'm going to talk into a little bit more on the next slide. Since we're speaking about Snom products here, I want to go ahead and really divide our product line into both entry, mid, and upper level components. The phone that I showed you before with the Snom D785 is illustrated up here in the upper level, but the USB port that exists throughout here on the D715, all the way throughout from entry to the top level, this is going to give you a lot of flexibility. What do I mean by that? Is that what's coming out from both VTech and Snom is going to be a USB dongle that's going to fit in our phone, that's going to give end users as well as our partners the capability to market an endpoint that can support not only just Wi-Fi connection and Bluetooth connection, but it can also support DECT. As many of you out there may already know, VTech has always been a leader in the DECT technology space. And what we've done is being able to incorporate into our phones the ability to be able to put in a small USB adapter into the phone and be able to adopt everywhere from an entry level all the way to the upper level, the ability to put in not only just a Bluetooth headset or connect to a Wi-Fi, but to be able to show many of the new DECT units that are coming out that are not only compatible with this unit, but also some of the newer products that are coming down on the VTech branded line as well, as our technology moves over into their desk phones. So when you compare that to an existing DECT units that are only available with a cradle on the outside, you think about the combination of units, you just can't beat the actual endpoint as well as the services provided to the endpoints in terms of warranty. Couple that with the ability to expand that single entry-level DECT unit along with a DECT headset with just a USB adapter, you just can't beat it in terms of return on value in buying a combined solution. I won't go over all of the different features because I'm assuming many of you know a lot of the feature sets here, but I'll move into the DECT section. Now, wireless headset accessories. These are some of the things that we're showing on the floor today that are DECT headsets. The above is a headset that's going to be, one of the unique values is a hot swappable battery. What does that really mean? I use a headset pretty often when I go ahead and work on a day-to-day basis, but I don't necessarily put it on the charger every single night. So what I end up with is the ability to have to recharge a battery. With this unit, you're able to actually have two different batteries. You have a battery that's actually plugged into the unit that works on a day-to-day basis, but you also have a backup battery that's actually on the charger all the time while you're using the existing battery on your ear set. So if that battery happens to wear out, you can actually pull off the battery that's on the headset, switch it to the one that's fully charged on the actual charging unit, and be able to replace it without losing a call. That in essence gives you, from my perspective, an infinite battery life, which is fantastic. Another differentiator is being able to give you a very comfortable over-the-ear model, which is the VHS X622 model. This is a very comfortable set that's going to be able to provide you with the ability to walk around and give you much further distance, about 10 times the distance of a typical Bluetooth headset, if you absolutely need that distance. Very often when you have somebody work at the front desk and they have to go to the back lab, that often exceeds the range of a Bluetooth headset. But with DECT, you could probably walk from each end to the office and not be able to stay within range of Bluetooth, but be able to now be supported with DECT. This adaptability would be adapted throughout most of our desk sets that are coming out today, as well as many of the VTech sets that are being released this coming quarter. For those who want a wired accessory headset and don't want wireless, we have 3 different mono as well as wideband dual headsets that will fit your needs. All of these will fit into the connectors that are already set on the phone themselves. Many of them can actually come in and will fit the whatever model. Many of you who are familiar with Snom are familiar with our HSMM2. We have plenty of these in inventory, as well as our newly released A100 models in both mono as well as a dual headband configurations. Switching from desk sets, I want to move into our DECT solutions. Again, with our DECT solutions, I want to focus in on Snom primarily because we're the ones that are fully qualified on 3CX at this point. We have both a single base solution, which is actually highlighted by M300, or in this case, the 325, as well as the multi-base unit, which I talked about earlier, which is the M700. And again, I use this as a 3CX site because both of these units are fully qualified, on their PBX. What makes the difference? Again, the differentiator is on even the single base station. The single base station can handle up to 20 handsets and up to 5 concurrent calls on the Snom M325. This really doubles or doubles the capability of most of our competitive DECT solutions. And that, if you have a client who's actually worried about expanding their office, they don't have to worry about being able to exceed the number of concurrent calls that exist in most of the headsets out there. I suggest that maybe you probably try something that has far more capabilities and being able to support up to 20 handsets and up to 5 concurrent calls. If your range exceeds the capabilities of a single base station, you may also consider a multi-cell base station, which then could network up to 253. An interim solution, if you want to sort of do an expansion a little bit larger than a single cell, we also have repeaters that you can daisy chain. That you can, in the past, you were limited to just a single layer star network around a single base station, but we actually now have the ability to daisy chain repeaters, giving you, the end client, far more the ability to be able to see where you actually want the coverage and be able to expand an expander. That's new technology that hasn't been incorporated in previous DECT models. What's coming in the near future? Something that VTech is working on is that we're actually showing up what we're calling a 4-line DECT replacement solution. This is something that we'll begin showing in many of the shows coming forth. In fact, we had shown this in the recent channel partner show, and that this unit is the only DECT unit that's going to exist that's going to provide multi-key functionality. What does that mean? That means that in most offices, you have a router that's located somewhere in the closet, but the desks that you have to deploy to are at some distance away from the router. So to avoid having cabling charges that go from the router to your desk, you actually have a wireless solution where you put the base station right next to the router and then put either a desk set or a handset, which is kind of a Snickers bar solution, by either the people outside, coupled with that, the ability to have flashing lights so that you could then put a call on hold, be able to see a flashing light, and then be able to pick up a call on the other line. This is the behavior that most of the legacy 4-line solutions that are out there that exist in many of the small and medium-sized businesses that we're able to now to transfer into the SIP environment and bring it into a wireless solution, putting a very compelling cost-saving solution to a lot of the replacement solutions out there from analog into VoIP. This is very exciting and has gotten a lot of attention from many of the providers out there. Showing you some of the solutions available now, solution. This just gives you a picture of the multi-cell as well as the single-cell solutions. Again, the red highlighted bullets really show you where we differentiate. Not only do we have commercial sets that have entry as well as commercial space here, but we also have the only ones that provide an industrial line as well for those who want to provide more ruggedness on a DECT solution. Sometimes people walk in back warehouses where the phone falls off your hip and goes onto the floor. Again, these are units that goes beyond just having a rubberized jacket. This is actual hard rubber that's actually coated on the phone itself, which gives you that ruggedized capability and can handle a lot more shock than most of the other commercial units. Then, of course, we have the M5 DECT repeater for those who want to be able to expand the base unit capability a little bit beyond its normal specifications. Next is public broadcasting. Very often when people upgrade their voice system from an analog system, many of the old systems actually had their analog phone system hooked into a PA system, so that when you upgrade it to VoIP, what do you do with a perfectly working PA speaker along with a working amplifier in your roof? Well, you don't have to trash that any longer because Snom has actually come out with a great bridge solution that bridges the gap on the old legacy system, adopting it into SIP for all PA systems. And I'll talk a little bit about that on the next slide. Another application using the same exact product is ringer volume amplifier. Very often these phones go into a very loud environment, which by, the ringer of the actual phone is not loud enough to be able to do it. We've made software adaptations to our PA1, which gives it the ability to not only just amplify the ringer to a loud siren, or you can actually provide a visual strobe light so that if a phone rings, you could then provide not only just a visual, but also an audio loud ringing to notify people that someone's trying to reach you, beyond the fact that it could also provide a great bridge in bridging your SIP-based PBX system onto your PA system. This is a very popular product for us that bridges not only 3CX system, but works with many of the different SIP switches as well as other SIP manufactured endpoints as well. Included within the actual PA1 system is a 4-watt power amplifier. So for some of the small applications, it actually has the ability to drive one PA amplifier directly through its attached amplifier. So, feel free to come by, to the Snom website and be able to look into more details, or give our, ICAMs a call that I mentioned earlier, and they'll be able to give you more details. Now for conferencing solutions. One of the things about Snom is that, we've coupled very well with the VTech ErisStation. This is a very, very compelling unit that actually has wireless microphones that are actually integrated as part of this unit. You'll actually have a map price of about $300+ in the marketplace, and nowhere in this marketplace will you'll actually see a combined solution that has such convenience of being able to walk into a room, being able to pick up a mic from the center of the table, move it to the end of the table so that you never have to lean into the organization. Or what if you're standing and have to present by the board? You could actually stand there with the mic at hand so that people can actually hear you as though you're standing right next to the phone itself. This is something that's very unique to VTech ErisStation unit. But one of the things you'll realize that when you go to the Snom, you'll actually see a very similar unit that's actually marketed by a different number that's actually marketed on the Snom. I've actually shared my unit here. It's actually seen as a C520 as well as a C52. If you notice a very close resemblance behind the joint organizations getting together to provide a very compelling solutions under two separate brands. So in Americas, what you see as part of the conference solutions is here in America is the ErisStation conferencing unit for the VCS 752. One of the things that's really unique about the solution is its ability to scale from a small to a very, very large room. Not only does it have wireless mic capability, but it also has the ability to not only extend wireless mics, but also the ability to expand its speaker systems as well. Very often for a single unit, you might be able to see a single office unit sit by a desk and be able to offer a wireless mic to wherever the people are sitting. It could be the same table as you or an alternative person. If you go to a mid-scale collaboration, you can actually scale up to 2 different solutions where not only do you have the flexible microphones, but you have an entirely wireless speaker as well as a microphone integrated to the VCS 850. What that's capable of doing is that once this unit is fully charged, you could then, and without any wires at all, move this external speaker and microphone to any part of the table or any other room for that matter that's within DECT distance and be able to hold a joint conferencing unit entirely wirelessly. And obviously you can pair up to 3 VCS 850s for a very, very large scale collaboration. No other unit in the marketplace gives you that flexibility to scale from one base unit into scaling into a big table or even multiple room solutions by an entirely wireless solution that you see here between the VCS 752 and the VCS 850. You'll notice that it's marketed under a separate brand name in Europe, but here in Americas, you can get the same exact technology under the VTech brand name. You know, this is a classic case where the combination of 2 strong companies will bring forth the best solutions out to the marketplace for you to implement your solutions. Again, closing in summary, I want to just summarize the ability to be able to provide a profitable company. Not only are we going to bring solutions back, but it's also backed by a $2 billion company who isn't going to go anywhere soon. We're here looking at the business solutions market with very, very serious eyes, striving to try to be a leader in this marketplace. We're also price competitive, as I mentioned earlier. Again, we're not striving to be the lowest cost solution in the marketplace, but we will be very competitive to the other solutions that you may be working with today. You know, I highly advise you to take a look at our solutions, being able to see what we have, as well as the breadth of solutions, and taking a look at the ability to be able to provide you with the longest warranty right out of the box and to back you up with the pre and post-sale support that you need in order to be successful with your clients. So we advise, we have the advanced replacement and new products. We manufacture and provide field sales staff to help you out. And as well, we have a local manufacturing warehouse to assure that whatever product you need is just a quick, you know, state's distance away. So, you know, given this combination, cannot be duplicated by, you know, any other manufacturer throughout North America. Again, I'm very happy to bring forth our partnership with 888 VoIP, and I want to take this opportunity to transfer back to Danielle. And if you have any questions, feel free to either chat, and I'm sure we'll go to a Q&A session right after this announcement.
Thanks, Tommy. So just a little bit about 888 VoIP. If you're not familiar with us, hopefully you are. For the past 10 years, we've been a worldwide leading distributor of VoIP hardware and software solutions, and we always mention that we're value added. We are definitely more than just VoIP, and that's with our Channel Advantage program, which you can see on the slide. So once you've already gotten your Snom hardware, what else can you get from 888 VoIP? Well, we can do things such as provisioning. We have different provisioning packages, so that can be handled on our end with our provisioning services. We also offer technical support. We offer free technical support, and if you need a little bit more of an advanced package, we can also give you that as well. We do things such as marketing and branding services. So you get a Snom product and maybe you need a how-to guide in there. You need data sheets. Maybe you need your logo on something. You need a flyer, a product line card. We do things such as that as well. You can always reach out to our team to inquire a little bit more about our marketing services. And we also do a lot of different training and education programs. Tommy talked about a lot of different Snom products that are 3CX fully certified. we do free 3CX trainings and certifications throughout the year, and we do those in all different parts of the country. We're actually going to be expanding where we go for those 3CX trainings, so you can attend one of those complimentary training programs and really learn about 3CX, which is compatible with Snom as well. So we look forward to talking to you about all of these different Snom products, VTech products as well. And if you want to learn more about Snom and VTech, please reach out to us. Our email is on the screen. You can get the PDF handout of this presentation. You can just email the team at sales@888-VoIP and schedule a call with 888-VoIP team and a Snom representative, or you can give us a call at 888-864-7786. Like I said, we'll probably be reaching out to you, but if you didn't get that information now, it is all on that handout, which is readily available to you. So that is going to sum up our Snom webinar today. So like